Dear learners, this is Shashi Ramachandran. In this video, we are going to discuss about interest on drawings. That is chapter 2, Fundamental of Partnership Firm, and this is for class 12th. Interest on drawings is a charge on the drawings which are made by the partners for their personal use. These drawings can be in cash or kind, and the amount which is withdrawn by the partner, they have to pay interest on that. And of course, by nature, interest on drawing is an income for the enterprise, for the business. Okay, and this interest is calculated based on the time period for which the money has been withdrawn. Okay, and the rate of interest of course will be given in a partnership deed. If deed is silent, then in that case no interest will be charged on drawings. So coming to the journal entry here, since as I said that interest on drawings are the like interest on drawing is a income for the business, so here the it will be credited, and partners, since partners are paying it, so partners capital account will be debited. And finally this interest on drawing will be transferred to profit and loss appropriation account, a nominal account or a final account, part of final account, where it is will be adjusted. Okay, so we can also pass a single entry, compound entry here. Partners capital account debit to interest on drawing. Again the interest on drawing is transferred to P&L appropriation account. So the compound entry will be like partners capital account debit to P&L appropriation account. This also shows the same thing, that account partners capital account will be debited, and the final thing, interest on drawings are taken on the credit side of P&L appropriation account, since it's an income. Now drawings can be out of profit or it can be out of capital. So drawings which are made against the capital, remember we are not going to charge any interest on that. The reason is very clear, that it affects our capital, the capital of the partner. Okay, so there will be a fluctuation in the capital of the partner, so of course it will affect interest on capital, not interest on drawings. That is, while calculating interest on capital, we have to take care whether any amount is withdrawn by the partner out of capital. So there is a difference of interest on drawings out of capital and drawings against the mm, profits. So when the drawings are against the profit, that means the amount is withdrawn from the profits of the organization. And when it is out of capital, that means the amount has withdrawn by a partner from his own capital which he has invested in the business. Now drawings is like the drawings which are given here, that is debited to drawings account. On the other hand, the drawings which are against the capital will not create a drawings account. In fact, it will affect capital account. So capital account will be debited because capital amount will reduce. Okay, so against the profit, drawings against the profit will not affect the capital, so it will not reduce the capital. But on the other hand, drawings against the capital will reduce the capital. Okay, and the last but not the least, very important, interest on capital will not be affected with the first one, drawing against the profit, and here interest on capital will be affected. So or we can say in other way around, that interest on drawings will affect drawings against the profit, but it will not affect drawings against capital. Okay, now let's move to the cases that are different ways of calculating interest on drawings. So these are the four methods of calculating interest on drawings. The first case says unequal amount is withdrawn on different dates. So when the drawings are there by the partners which are not same in amount, and also the dates are different, means on different dates he is withdrawing different amount. So in that we have two methods. We can use a simple method, the way we calculate the percentage for any amount, or we can use this product method. Okay, then another case is, if you can see, it's a total drawings are given as with the per annum interest rate. So per annum, and here actually the difference is per annum given, per annum not given. So there we will learn it when we'll reach to this case in details. Case 3 says that total drawings are given without the per annum interest, and finally there is one which says that same amount is withdrawn and in a uniform interval after same period of time. Okay, let's take it one by one. Case 1, as I said, unequal amount and it's withdrawn on different dates. Now in this case, there are two methods. One is a simple method. What we are going to do is we know what is a total amount of drawings. So here we are taking a total amount of drawing. Let me make it clear by using this. So total amount of drawings means it's unequal amount entire year what amount is withdrawn, multiply by the rate of interest which is given, and multiply by month by 12 because these are drawn on a different dates. So you can calculate it individually, single, like one by one you can take it. Okay, product method says that instead of calculating on a different dates, we can use a product method, that is amount of drawings. This is amount of drawing here means the total product we are going to take, rate of interest divided by 1 by 12. Okay, let's see an example and understand it in a better way. This is given like Ram and Shyam are partners sharing profit and losses in 3:2 ratio. On 31st December 2018, Ram withdrew this. So here you can see dates are different. Means on different dates he is withdrawing different amount here. Okay, so Ram's withdrawings are mentioned here. Ram has withdrawn on 1st of Feb 12,000, on 31st August 18,000. You have to calculate the drawings interest on drawings at the rate of 10% per annum. So here we are going to use either the simple method or the product method. So what I suggest, simple method of course again is a simple, you can use that. Product method we'll use product method when there are more dates and more amounts, because product method is something which makes our calculation easy. So let's see. As per the simple method, we'll take it one by one. First, we'll take first Feb, amount is 12, and for how much, what period it has to be calculated. Since it's a 31st December, the closing date is 31st December. So we'll take first Feb to 31st December. There are 11 months. So first we'll calculate the interest on this, taking this period of time, this as a rate of interest and this as a total drawings. So as per the formula, total drawings multiply by rate by 100 multiply by months by 12. So we got 1100. Coming to the next one, next date is 31st August. Again compare it with 31st of December. There are 4 months here. So 18,000 is a total amount. So we can take it out like this. So the total is 1700. That is the addition of this interest on drawings. Now, the same question we'll be doing with product method and understanding that what exactly is the difference here. So same thing, I did the same part here. I've written the date, I have a date column, I would amount column. Then I have written the months also. Now, instead of calculating it individually, what am I going to do is I'm going to multiply these two columns. Okay, so what I get here, 1,32,000, 12,000 multiplied by 11. Same way, 18,000 multiplied by 4. So I'll get here total product. Now by using that formula, total product multiply by rate by 100 multiply by 1 by 12. So always we have to multiply by 1 by 12, because we actually what we did is we have multiplied the months with the amount. So every time we'll take this as it's a formula now, that every time month we'll take as a 1 by 12. So what answer we are getting? 1700. So you can see with both the methods you will get the same answer. The only difference is that of course you can choose any of this method whichever is comfortable to you, but sometimes what happen when more dates are given and more amounts are there, this method seems to be simple, means easy in calculation, because less of calculation is required. Instead of going for individual calculation, we can go for one calculation over here. So product method is comparatively easy in calculation. Now moving to the next one. Here the second and third case actually is related with the per annum, without the per annum word. So total drawings are given with per annum interest rate. So in such cases, if it's given, then always we have to take average basis. Why is it average basis? It says the drawings are given with per annum. That means it's for the like 6% per annum. With what it says, the 6% is for full year. Okay, but if the date of drawings are missing, you cannot find out. Here, the point here is like when the date of drawings are missing, so you can't find out for how many months you have to calculate. So we can assume it that it's for 6 months average. Okay, so let's see an example here. So Ramesh is a partner. He withdrew 12,000 for 2018. Interest on drawing is to be calculated at 12% per annum, and he withdrew 12,000 in the year. Can you see here? The date is not mentioned here. The date of drawing is not mentioned. So we can't calculate for how many months interest has to be charged. So in such cases, what we are going to do is 12,000 is a total drawing for the year. 12% is a rate of interest, and we'll take average. Okay, so here average period method is taken just because it is assumed that drawings are made evenly throughout the year. So we are assuming this 12,000 is withdrawn like every month on 15th, every 1 month, and that too in the middle of the month. Every month 1,000 is withdrawn. So that makes it 12,000. So this is what we are assuming because the date is missing. Okay, remember what you have to be careful here. If the dates are given, you will not use that 6 by 12. Rather, you are going to use that, you will calculate the month, the date till the end closing date. So you will be calculating the month and that you are going to use. Okay, so it's just like a simple method. The only difference is date is not there, so we have taken it as a average. Coming to the next one. Now, in case the per annum word is missing, date also is not there, per annum word also is not there. So in this case, since the date is not there and even the rate of interest is also not saying that this rate is meant for full year. So now what we are going to assume? We are going to assume this is for that particular period only. So no month by 12 here. No month by 12, because now what we are assuming? We are assuming that this rate, which is not per annum. So per annum indicates this is for full year. So this rate is meant for the amount of drawings or the amount withdrawn for that period only. Okay, say if I say the 12,000 amount is withdrawn, we don't know that amount is withdrawn for 6 months, 8 months, 7 months. And since the rate also is given without per annum word, now here also we are assuming that this period, if we are assuming drawings are for 7 months, then rate also is for 7 months. If drawings are for 5 months, rate also is for 5 months. So here what we are assuming, not only for the amount, the date of the drawing, average thing, even we are assuming that rate also is meant for that period only for which the drawings are made. Okay, so here there's a question. Mayank and Nitin are partners in a firm. They share profits in the ratio of 2 is to 1. As per their partnership agreement, interest on drawing is to be charged at the rate of 9%. Their drawings during 2018 were 20,000 and 18,000 respectively. You have to calculate interest on drawings. Now, Mayank drawings are 20,000. Again, the date is not given, and rate of interest is also without the word per annum. So what we are going to do, simply we will take the total drawings of Mayank, multiply by the rate of interest and calculate interest on drawings. Is that point clear? We are not taking months here. The reason is very clear because both are like abrupt figure. This is also, here also the months are not mentioned. Here also the word per annum is not there. So it doesn't indicate that this is 9% is for full year. So we are assuming this 9% is for the period for which these drawings are made. Okay, same way we'll calculate it for Nitin. 18,000 is total drawings, multiply by rate by 100. Now moving to the fourth one. Okay, before that there is a one superb question over here. During the year ended 31st December 2018, Ravi, a partner, made the following drawings. So what you can see here, the date is given, the amount is given, another date is given, amount is given. Just check out what you did, which two, because by now you learned three methods. One was the simple or product when the date and amount is given, and both are like unequal, not the same type of date. And also you learned when the word per annum is given, when the word per annum is not given. Read the question carefully, understand it. This is something the combination of two methods. Date and amount. Date and amount. Same way here also date and amount is given. So this shows product method should be used. Okay, fine. We'll use product method. But calculate interest on drawing when it is charged at the rate of 10%. The word per annum is missing. The word per annum is missing over here, so you cannot take that, you can't find out that this 10% is for a year or so. So what we are assuming, 5,000 10% is the will be the rate of interest for this particular drawings. 7,000 10%, 8,000 10%, or what else you can do, you can take, you can add all the drawings here, and you can calculate the interest, that is 10%, without considering the months. Now why you are not considering the months? It's very simple, because 10% is the amount, it says without per annum. Okay, so we are not going to take a, so what we are going to do here is, okay, so it says we can do like this, 5,000 plus 7,000 plus 8,000. This gives you the picture that this is drawings during the year. Okay, multiply by rate by 100. So it gives rupees 2,000. That's it. We are not taking month wise because we cannot take month wise. Okay, moving to the next one. The fourth case where the uniform amount is withdrawn at the uniform intervals. Now, we already discussed the product method. Even in this also we can use product method. Why? Because amount is given, dates are given. But there is one more average period method which makes again the calculation easy. Okay, so where, see, and this average period method can be, like, it replaces this product method only when the amount of drawing is uniform and the time interval between the two consecutive drawings is also equal. So if you remember, I told you the product method says unequal amount and different dates. But if dates are same, amount is same, the dates here means the period of interval is same, and the amount is also same, drawing amount is same, then instead of product method we can use this average period method. So let's understand, and remember students that you can use any of the method, it's up to you, but these all formulas are making it easy actually, because your ultimately your answer is correct means you will get the marks. Okay, so now coming to this thing, interest on drawings. Here what we have taken in total drawings multiply by rate by 100. Now comes average period. Average period, once if you calculate, you will get the correct answer. So this is the only calculation, this is the only formula which you have to use it. Instead of making all the table, product method table, you can use this formula and find out the interest. Okay, so now what else we have to understand here is average period. So let's see average period, how to calculate that. This average period is equal to month left after first drawings and month left after last drawings divided by 2. So what we need to take out, that how many months are there if the drawings are on a same interval and of same amount, then in that case what we need to calculate is we need to find out when the important thing here is, like, you should know that when the first drawing took place and when the last drawing took place. Okay, these two dates are important here. Fine, and that is to be compared with the closing date of the year. Okay, fine. So let's see, I did one for you. As I said, average period method says that what exactly is required here, the average, according to average period method, that is months after first drawings, okay, plus months after last drawings. So the important date which you have to remember here is the first date of the drawing and the last date of the drawing, and these two dates are to be compared with the closing date of financial books of account. Okay, now here if I say drawings are made after every month drawings are made in the beginning. So every month means starting from January to December. Of course it's Jan, Feb, March, April, May, June, July, it goes on till December. But what we need only the first drawing date and the last drawing date. So it's a beginning means it the first drawing date is 1st of Jan and the last drawing date is 1st of December, the last month beginning. Okay, now just check out this. These two dates are to be compared with the closing date. Let the closing date be 31st December. So how many months are here? 12. So what we have taken? 12. And how many months are here? 1st December to 31st December? 1 month. Divided by 2, it comes to 13 by 2, that is 6.5. I hope you got this thing. Let's check out with the next one. Middle of every month. So every month again Jan, Feb, March, April, May, June, it will go like this. So if I'm taking Jan, middle 15th of Jan. Last day drawings will be 15th of December. The last month middle. And these two dates are to be compared with 31st of December. So if 15th Jan to 31st of December, the dates are here 11.5 months. 15th to 31st, 15 days only, or I can write it in months like 0 0.5 divided by 2. So it comes to 12 by 2, that is 6. Okay, same way if I take end of the month. So end of the month will be, now what will be the end of month here? E- every month. So again I have 2 months, end month 31st of Jan and another is 31st of December. Both the dates will be compared with 31st of December. So first it will be 11 months because here, and this will be 0 because there is no month, same date we are talking about. So the average will be here 11 by 2 or 5.5. So this is what you have. Okay, now coming to this thing, when the drawings are made only for the period of 6 months, so only difference here is again the same beginning, middle, end. You have to take beginning date, middle date, and end date. The only difference here is now we are going to take only 6 months, that is Jan, Feb, March, April, May, and June. So only 6 months. So the last date will be here 30th of June. That is important thing which you have to understand. You have to compare the two dates with this. Which two dates I'm talking about? These, the first drawing and the last drawing. When it says first drawing beginning, so I'll take 1st of Jan. When it says last drawing beginning, means last drawing will be on 1st of June. And these two dates are to be compared with this. So 1st Jan to 30th June, how many months here? 6 months. Plus 1st June to 30th June, how many months are there? 1 month. Divided by 2. So 7 by 2 or 3.5. Got it? So what difference you have found here? Please be very careful. If it says 6 months, so last date will become the 6th month end, 30th of June. So again the same thing, same way you are going to take it, that 1st Jan. Now you will take middle, for middle you will take 15th Jan. This is a 15th June. For end you will take 31st Jan and here 30th June. So that way you will come across like all this average period. Okay, so once this average period is clear, you can use this in this previous formula and apply directly to take out the answer. Now if it says 9 months, of course we'll proceed here. It will be Jan, Feb, March, April, May, June, and then July, August, September. So 3 more months. Now the end date will be your end date will be 30th, sorry, here it will be 30th of September. So each date has to be compared with 30th September. If I say first drawing will be on 1st of Jan, then last drawing will be on 1st of September. Now the period, total entire period is for 9 months. So all these dates are to be compared with 30th of September. Same way 15th of Jan and 15th of September. 31st of Jan, The last date 30th of September. So all these dates are to be compared with 30th September. So that will give us the um, average period, which we are going, of course, we are going to use it there. Okay. Now moving towards the next one, that is quarterly. Okay. Now, sometimes it says the beginning of each quarter. I'll show you the this thing. Beginning. See, there's again the calculation of average period in a different cases when the drawings are made every quarter. Okay, till now we were talking about entire year, every quarter, beginning, middle, end, every quarter. Again, 6 months for the beginning of each quarter. Okay, so let's understand this concept here as a first thing. Okay, now coming to this thing, try to understand this concept. This actually what it says, first quarter. Quarter here means the entire year is divided into four. That means the entire year is divided into four here means like 3 months in each quarter. So first quarter is Jan, Feb and March. Second quarter April, May, June. Third quarter July, August, September, and fourth quarter comes to October, November, and December. When I talk about first quarter, so I'm talking about this is the quarter here. Now this entire 3 months we'll take as a one quarter. Okay, when I say beginning of the quarter means I'm talking about Jan. So here I'll just show you. Okay, so first beginning of the quarter, if every quarter, how many times the drawings are made? Four, because there are 4 quarters in a year. So every time four means sorry, four, there will be 4 quarters, of course. So 4 times drawings are made. If I say first quarter is this, the beginning of quarter will be 1st of Jan. Okay, end of the quarter, it says like end of the quarter will be this one. See, every month, if I say first quarter beginning, so I'm taking this is one quarter, beginning is Jan. This is second quarter, beginning is April. This third quarter, beginning is July, and the fourth quarter, beginning is October. Okay, so if I'm saying beginning of every quarter means withdrawn amounts are withdrawn on Jan, April, July, and October. The last drawing is on 1st of October. So, and which date I have to compare with? I'm going to compare it with 31st of December. So, compare the two and find out the months here. This is 12 months, and from October till December, these are 3 months. So, it gives me the picture as 15 by 2 or 7.5. Okay, when I say it's middle of the quarter, so this quarter middle is Feb, and again in this also what I have to see, middle is Feb. Month is Feb, I got it, but I have to find out the date also. So middle is Feb and the date is 15th. So what I'm going to take here, 15th of Feb. Move to the last quarter. This is the last quarter, middle is this November, and date will be of course 15th of November. So again, which date I have to compare this with? 31st of December. So just find out the months over there. That is 15th Feb to 31st of December. How many months will be there? 10.5 plus. Now find out the months here. It's 15th November. So it is 1.5 divided by 2. So it is 12 by 2 or 6. This is the way it is calculated. Coming to the next one, that is end of each quarter. So end of the quarter here means this is one quarter, end is March, March end. They're talking. So we'll take the end date only. So it is 31st of March. And the last quarter is December. And again the last date, so 31st of December. Are you getting my point? Why I'm not considering these one? Just because I need for calculating average, I need the first quarter and the last quarter. Okay, then coming to this 31st of December. So again I'm going to compare this 31st March to 31st December, 9 months, plus 31st December to 31st December, 0 months. So it comes to 9 by 2 or 4.5. Got it? Understood? Okay, so this is the way it is to be calculated. So this way we have calculated these three. Now coming to this thing, when the drawings are made only for 6 months, see it's again the same beginning of each quarter, beginning of middle of each quarter, and end of each quarter. But the difference here is 6 months. Okay, here it is 9 months. But the same thing, beginning of each quarter. So let's go back and check out. Now if I talk about for 6 months, so only difference here is I'm going to put a line over here. This is my 6 months. Okay, now 6 months, but what I have to take care of, 6 months, they're not talking about each and every month, they're talking about quarter. So how many quarters lies in 6 months? Only 2 quarters. If I say first quarter, this is the first quarter beginning, this is the first quarter middle, this is the first quarter beginning, this is middle, this is end of the first quarter, this is second quarter, which is of course the last quarter also of 6 months, first quarter second quarter beginning, middle, and end. And if I say 6 months, the date which we am going to take here is 30th of June. Which date I'm going to take as an end date to compare with 30th of June. So if I say beginning of each quarter, first quarter will be on 1st of Jan, second beginning will be 1st of April. These are dates which are to be compared with and find out the average. If I say middle, it will be 15th of Feb and 15th of May. I'm not going there, November. The reason being I have to stop here only. So my last drawing in the middle will be 15th of May. Okay, coming to the end will be this, and date also I will be taking end date. So March and 30th of June. All dates are to be compared with 30th of June. This is what I have to compare to find out my average. So dates are to be compared with months, and this way I'll be calculating my months. Okay, so what we did here. So this way I'll get the months here. Back to this, if I say like 9 months, this is for 9 months. Now I'll reach here. This part I have to take. Okay, so just check out, these are the 9 months. How many quarters lies in this period? 1, 2, and 3 quarters. So here I'll take these 2 quarters. I'm going to miss this out because this will be my first drawing date, and here it will be my last drawing date. So if I say first of beginning of the each quarter, it will be 1st of Jan, and I'll take the last quarter beginning, that is 1st of July, and I'm going to compare it with 30th of September. Then it is middle, 15th of Feb for first quarter, and here it will be 15th of August. And again I'm going to compare this with 30th of September to find out average. When it says end here, first quarter ends on 31st of March and the last quarter ends on 30th of September. And again I'm going to compare this with 30th of September. Okay, compare, find out months, and then find out the average, which we are going to use it in our in solving the problems. Okay, there's a way like you can learn this, but it's better always to find out that average thing and do, because there are so many to be learned otherwise. Okay, so this way we have come to an end of this, and of course I'm in the next video I'm going to take some of the practical problem of this drawings, and soon I'm going to upload that. So, and I really hope that you like this video. If you like it, share it with your friends, and do subscribe to my channel Exuberant Learners. Also click on the bell icon to get the latest updates on my channel. Thank you very much.